Marty, they can't make up their mind this morning. It's really warm. It's near 60 degrees and the rain is done. The front came through. There was actually a severe thunderstorm warning first thing this morning, but it's drying out now. Hey, Morris. All I was trying to say is Stripe doesn't like to be outside when the ground's wet because he can't lay just anywhere, and Marty is always up for more food, right, Mart? But let's not try to get that mouth agitated before we go see the vet this morning, okay? We're going to go talk to the vet about Marty's mouth, his teeth, again at 11 here in just a bit. Oh, good morning, everyone. Donna and I have lights at Pullen Park tonight. I'm looking forward to that. I hope it won't be too cold and windy because the temperature's supposed to go down and the wind's supposed to pick up. Well, there have been a few wind gusts. I'm going to let the seed dry out and not add any since we had that rain come through this morning. I think there's enough for today. Let them eat it up so it doesn't spoil. Don't want to put nice dry seed down on top of anything that's a little wet. Let the breeze dry it out, you know. I'll fill it up tomorrow. Plus it's a nice day right now, so they should be able to find some food out in the yard. Hi, Craig. I've got your food. There you are. Hi, sweet thing. Here you go. I forgot to turn on the light. Oh no, you needn't hide. She didn't run too fast back there, but that little noise was all she could manage. Well, at least you guys got to see her today. Don's on a conference call. I really missed him not being available to help me. But I got everything done. Ruby out, crate acquired, Marty contained, Marty crated. Marty didn't give me too much trouble. You know, I've gotten a cat or two into a crate in my lifetime, and I've got a strategy. Vertical is the way to go. Set it on its rear end and have the top up. And when you go to put them in, make sure you got your hands around their front and their back feet so they can't go spread eagle trying to, you know, keep themselves outside the crate. And in most cases with a, you know, pet, that's going to be a pretty good strategy. As you can see, it's clearing. We still have some dark clouds, but the sun is through and all this crap is moving off to the east. I would say we got the perfect amount of rain for December. Enough rain that I don't have to worry about watering any of my, you know, you stop at a stop sign, Bubba. And especially when your view's partially blocked and you can't really see, you stop all the way. Got a defensive drive out here, folks, or you'll be a statistic. And I'm sure he'd probably like me to do 60 through the S-curve, which is not happening. Anyway, all my new trees and things I potted, I think we got just the right amount of rain for wintertime when they're not really growing, but they, you know, don't want to get them entirely dried out. Don't want them soaking soggy in water either. I would say this rain was just the right amount of rain, so I'm pleased. I was feeling a small amount of crud yesterday afternoon. Between the time I got home from Guardian Angel and went to bed, I guess. Just a little extra stuffy and maybe one little tingle in my throat and a little more tired maybe than I would have expected. And I woke up this morning feeling mostly normal. So I hope it stays that way. I've taken zinc and vitamin C and drank lots of fluids, and probably I'm going to stay out of the gym today. Don did say he probably could go sometime after 1 o'clock or so. Like to just come up to South Park and get some sunshine and go for a walk while it's kind of warmish. because we got the Pullen Park thing tonight, so our time is kind of limited, and I don't want to overdo it when, you know, I'm been feeling iffy. But some sunshine, some vitamin D production, I would probably be all for that. Be outside while it's nice. That was just my phone. So if you missed the story with Marty had a tooth break off. Would have been better if it had just all the way come out, but we had a tooth break off in his mouth. I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago. Time flies. I don't remember exactly when it was. And there was a good bit of blood mixed in with saliva, and it was, you know, not pleasant looking. And I took him up, I would say within 36 hours of it happening, when it wasn't really stopping bleeding, and or not completely stopping anyway. Obviously it wasn't gushing or anything. And it's in the front, so we were kind of able to look at the hole a little bit. Obviously Marty's not just going to go and stick his tongue out and let us get a good look, right? He's going to want to close his mouth and not understand why we're grabbing his jaw, and his jaw hurts. So anyway, she gave him antibiotics and pain meds, and I brought him back home. And she said she really didn't like the idea of trying to remove the rest of the tooth, because I was willing to talk about dental for him to see what we could do for him. And remember, Marty's got to be, I would guess, somewhere between 8 and 10 years old. I don't know. But since he came to me as an adult, already overweight and already with bad teeth, Marty's not super young. So, I never want to put him under anesthesia. It scares me to death. But if there's a reason and the blood work shows that they can handle it, then, you know, you got to just say a prayer and go with it. Anyway, so there were days where there was no blood and things were fine. And I wasn't worried about him at all. And then there were days that, oh wow, there's some blood again, and that's not great. I'd clean him up and send him on his way. And some days I could tell here in the last few days that he has been in pain, I would say. You can just tell by the way they hold their body that they're in pain versus normal. His eating's still been 90% of normal, and I've tried to get him a food. He insists on dry chow. Insists. Won't touch it if it's wet and softened. Insists on dry chow because he knows better. So I got him some stuff that's a little less firm, still a little crunch, but a little less firm, more likely to break up in his mouth easier and stuff. And he likes it okay, but if he can sneak over to the other stuff that's crunchier, trust me, he will. And I tried to just give him canned food, and he's like, yeah, no. So, because again, he knows better. So anyway, it just seems, because he's in pain and there's been more blood than less lately, I feel like it's time to consult the vet again. So that's why we're headed to the vet. You know, Dr. Liz has been my vet since 1993. So a really long time, over 30 years. And because that's when I moved to Willow Spring. This area here was in 93. So, you know, I'm going to go with what she says. If she says, here's some pain meds, here's another round of antibiotics, let's just continue to monitor, I'm totally good with that. And if she says, you know, I want to do a dental, let's do the blood work and see if I think he can tolerate it okay, then I'm going to go with that. And I guess I'm going to be a little hesitant to take him someplace else, someplace I don't know, but I will consider it. We'll consider it. You know, used to be back in the 90s, if somebody needed an ultrasound, there was a vet that went around and all she did was ultrasounds at vet offices. Like, she had a traveling machine and that was her specialty, and you went in on the day of the week that she was at your vet and she did the ultrasound. You know, assuming you could wait and didn't have to go to the vet hospital or something. Well, is there not a dentist that goes around and assists at your local vet with dental procedures. That would be nice. I don't know where that car was trying to go, but I'll just wait for the light. There is an entrance in there, but I'm not doing that. Oh, great. I got a yellow turn arrow and all this traffic. I love it. I have 10 minutes to spare. Thankfully, I'm not late. Anyway, wish me luck with Marty. Please. It's hard seeing him not his normal, fussy, busybody self, and I want him to be happy and pain-free. I'm on my way home with Marty. We basically decided that we're going to just continue to monitor his mouth. And we talked about lots of different things we could do, and we ran some tests, and we decided we're just going to monitor his mouth. It actually didn't look too distressed in that spot today, and she didn't see any other reason either. Or any, you know, I mean, his teeth don't look good, don't misunderstand, but we didn't see any other holes or teeth that looked like they had recently come out or were in, you know, any signs of infection in there or anything. So we're just hoping it'll continue to calm back down, and I'll do what I've been doing for him. So it has turned into a gorgeous day. Ruby says it's 64. I know we're supposed to go down to I want to say the low 40s by the time we're going to Pullen Park. You know, the cooler air come in. I will just dress warm and enjoy it. You know, the thing of it is we have the train ride, and I really want to do that, and I'd really like to take pictures. I'm going to take pictures of the pretty lights around the lake and just enjoy some relaxation and less Christmas stress and stuff. And you know, I'll just dress as, you know, warm as I feel is right. And if you know, if we're too cold, we don't have to stay forever. So it is definitely gusty. Definitely the leaves are blowing. It's gusty out there. Well, we are going inside to work out, as much as I would have liked some more sunshine. You know, I'm taking photos at Guardian Angel tomorrow morning. And let's just say I'm going to be gone for 3 hours to fulfill that role. And, you know, trying to come up and come inside tomorrow probably wasn't happening. So today's the day. There's no getting away from it. You can see the wind. So we're on our way to the Christmas lights at Pullen Park. Remember, this is a ticketed event. It's sold out, and this is the night scheduled as a makeup day for the day we had a threat of freezing precipitation and really cold weather, and they postponed it. Apparently, the shuttle service from Dorothea Dix over to Pullen Park's not actually running tonight, and we've got to park at an inconvenient NC State parking deck and then walk down to Pullen Park, best as I can tell. Oh well. Anyway, we were coming through the intersection at Taekwondo, you know, the one that you go straight across the Walmart and Harris Teeter, or you turn right to go on Main Street and head toward Raleigh. And the light was green and we were going, and then the car stopped. And I looked up, we were making a right turn, and I looked up and was like, what the heck? And there was a pedestrian. Never crosses the street at that intersection. Never. You would not be looking for a pedestrian there at night in the dark. And the car stopped, saw the pedestrian and stopped. And I, you know, I said, I never saw it, but of course I'm not driving, and I was kind of on my phone, and Don said he didn't see the pedestrian either. So the car saw the pedestrian though. So I took dash cam, but what were you going to say, Donnie?
Well, I was going to say is that he was an older, not an old guy, but a adult paying attention. I don't think he would have walked in front of me if I hadn't have stopped. He was watching me, and the fact that we stopped, he gave us a wave and he went on across. So he knew that he was where legally he could be, but it wasn't a prudent place to be.
Right. Yep.
Because another person would have run over him. If I had been driving, I probably would not have hit him. But it you know, could have ruined his and my Christmas. No, I don't think anybody would have gotten dead, but you know, it would have been ambulance type situation.
Or it would have been closer than it should have been.
Yeah.
Would have been more scary. It was not super close because the car did a great job of stopping.
Oh, it
but
was no problem for the car.
Yeah.
The car was totally safe, distant, stopped. It wasn't a slam on emergency brakes, which is what it would have been with me. The car just didn't go. It just kind of started to make the turn and it stopped. And
when you come through downtown Fuquay, you know somebody's going to step out in front of you at one of those pedestrian things. It happened to me this morning. This lady stopped went out and across. I was coming toward the house back from the vet, and a lady crossed the street, and the way it was is she was on the left side and traffic was stopped. So the car stopped to let her go, but she was walking between that car and the car on the other side of the intersection that was stopped because it was busy traffic. Mm-hmm. So therefore, from my perspective, I was paying attention and I saw her, but she did something stupid because she come out from between those two cars, assuming that the next lane was going to also be stopped traffic. And that was not very smart of her. And she was not elderly, but, maybe somebody my age, older person that certainly should know how to look out for herself a little better than to cross between two cars where there's no visibility and just assume that the person, this entitlement of like, oh, I'm in the pedestrian crosswalk, everyone will be stopped for me. Well, they should stop for you and they should care about your safety, but I ain't putting my life. I mean, I don't know, one time last week, Don grabbed my arm because he thought somebody over at South Park was going to hit me. And we were looking, I was made eye contact with her, and I was in the pedestrian, I was a place where people should be walking at the park. And she was an older woman, and she made eye contact with me, and she just wasn't going to stop.
That's correct.
I think she thought I was in her way. I don't know what it was. And there was another lady a couple days after that, same sort of a deal. But Don grabbed my arm because he thought I was going to get hit. I guess I was in suspended animation expecting her to stop because we were looking at each other. Right. There was nothing about her driving that said she didn't see me. So therefore I should stop my motion. She saw me and she wasn't going to stop.
She did everything but slow the vehicle down.
The next car, I'm remembering it now, a couple days later, the person come up to it might have been even the same crosswalk area at South Park. Now, it's not an official crosswalk, but it's an expected place where people are walking across the street at the park.
That's correct.
And she, coming up to the stop sign, swerved out into the other lane as if she was going to go around me while I completed crossing the street over there. And I'm just like, folks, this is not how we drive. This shouldn't be how we drive. But yeah, don't assume you're not going to get hit because you'll get hit. I informed Don that we'll be stopping at the Rockside service station tire Christmas tree because I have not seen it in person yet this year, and I would like to take a picture of the car with it, like I have done every year. And
emphasize on every.
He changes the color from time to time now. Some years it's red, some years it's white, and some years it's green. And Robot has never had her picture taken with it.
That's right.
And he sighed. He sighed just like the boys would sigh when I wanted to stop on the way to school in the morning. Now, I did embarrass them that one year, pulling in, opening Ruby's wings in 2018 when nobody knew what a Model X was, and almost caused an accident with people looking out on 401. My neighbor Greg sent me a text. It's like, are you okay? What the heck are you doing over there? But it's a mom's prerogative to embarrass her teenage children.
Right. Oh, there it is.
It's flashing this year, Dottie.
Yes. So I don't know how I'm going to have to interrupt the thing.
It's interrupted because I did not plug in Rockside as a.
Well, you'll have to tell Grok next time that we'll have to.
We'll drop a pin. Go pull in front of it so I can get my picture of the car by it. And hopefully the guys are used to us buying it. But I mean, how can you not come visit the tree?
That's right.
It's got new ornaments on it this year and a better star up top. Just in case we don't come back home this way. Well, it's, I guess to be expected that I don't go into downtown Raleigh very often anymore because I just don't have any reason to come to downtown. But I guess I thought when I stopped driving downtown every single day that I would be downtown a little more often than I am. But it's always nice to come downtown at Christmas. They always have the buildings lit up nice and everything. But the car took us the way I always entered downtown. So this is just sort of like coming home, I guess. We're fixing to go up the bridge and then down, looking into the city.
Yeah, make a left
They
turn.
actually had the glass station demo tonight, and had our tickets for Pullen Park not been moved to tonight, it's possible we would have gone to see the glass demo and stopped in at Lake Myra Lights and then maybe drove through downtown, which is what we've done in years past to kind of celebrate the holiday season and get a little bit of festivity in. But instead of going straight through like I usually would, where I assume we're going to go to the left here.
Yeah.
To get on Western Boulevard, and Pullen Park is just really close in that direction. But yeah, hi-bye Raleigh. There is an illumination exhibit downtown, and we walked that one year, and I would like to do that, but that's not happening tonight. I'll have to see when it ends. I think it goes the first week or two into January, but I obviously would enjoy. It's totally different than the last time. It's not just set up this year and a repeat. It's all new things lit up, but there's a nice walking event downtown as well. So we're on NC State campus. We're near Reynolds Coliseum. We're in the Coliseum parking deck. I think we're in zone 2269 in case that becomes important. We're not super close. We're not super far either, but I mean, if you were coming with little kids or someone that was not up to the walk but not really handicapped, that might not be a good thing. Like I said, all the other nights they had shuttle service from Dix Park, which I assume would be less of a walk, but not tonight, because what are we? We're special. We're here. Wave, Donnie.
Oh, yeah, sure.
There's a police officer back there helping people cross the street, and it's well lit, and all the good stuff is this way. I had read we were supposed to come in on the back side, and that is what we're doing. We're coming in on the back side. There's the Pullen Park tennis courts. Through there, those distant lights, that's the lake. Lean down so we can see your lightedness. And first up is a walk through the snow maze, which appears to be an inflatable maze. Ooh.
Where you come steal some sugar.
You could steal some sugar in here probably. That looks closed, but just to make it fun, we'll go, ah! There's nowhere to go! The other mom in here making official wrong turns also. Is this a wrong turn too? It's wet in here. Yes, my goodness, it's boxed in. Yeah. I'm sure many a smooch has been shared in them.
Back here, that's right.
He told us not to run. He didn't say we couldn't sneak a kiss.
That's cute.
Well, I have never been in an inflatable maze before. It's pretty cool. Whoops. Stay together now, he said. If I make a wrong turn, you can't leave me. So if you really are here with little ones, there are official bounce houses. I'll pass on making us bounce or go down the slide. The slide actually looks like it might be kind of fun, but yeah, we're still kind of on the outskirts backside of the park. So that's more down in the park. There's lots of little I'm going to call them sensory stations for little kids. Which of course this was a family event geared at little kids, but big kids can have fun at it too.
Wow.
There's more bounce houses. Oh, to have been here when the boys were little.
I think I'd rather be here when I could have any park.
Well, there's the big snowman house. Folks are loading and unloading on the train over this way. And there's some part of the train track is right behind us, but the lake is that way. We're getting into the part of the park where all of the lights are. Very cool. There's competing music though. Now this reminds me of Lake Myra. They have an ornament like this set up there. It's regrettable that we won't make it there this year, but hopefully next year we'll be back at the glass station and can go do the Lake Myra light show. This tree is just gorgeous. I guess here's where you come to look at one of every light available and decide what you just have to have in your front yard. Well, these trees that are made to look like, you know, flowing down conifers is really nice. It's setting off my OCD a bit that we have bright white and warm white in the same scene.
Interesting.
But I'm trying to ignore it. I'm trying to ignore it. Well, here's the typical main entrance. That's only if you're handicapped. Are you in that lot tonight? And I don't ever remember walking all the way around, and I think the bridge we're on now is relatively new. I do remember being out here a little bit with the kids. Well, of course, I've been on the pond and the paddle boats with the kids too. Paddle boats are not my favorite. That's a lot of work when you got a bunch of kids in the boat and they don't help. Or they help for 5 minutes and then they're tired. And leave poor old mom to have to do all of the paddling by herself. Except for the one time we went in a paddle boat and Dawn was with us and Dawn did all the paddling.
I did all the paddling. One and only time.
Right, that would be the reason, right?
Correct.
So we've got about an hour till our boat ride. I mean our train ride, excuse me. Well, that's kind of cute for Valentine's Day. It's nice that you can, I guess you can go all the way around. I mean, I think out there that's a bridge at the other end. But they've done upgrades to the park since the kids were super little. There is a statue to Andy Griffith here somewhere.
Oh, there is.
Remember? There's a picture of you and the kids standing beside it. The first time we brought you here.
Yeah, this is only like the third or maybe fourth time I've been here in the 35 years I've lived in.
So if Johnny was born in 2004 and at the end of 2011 sometime is when you met them for the first time.
That's right.
How old was Johnny?
I don't know.
The math, Donald, the math.
8?
Little. Pretty little. Wow, that's really pretty. In person, it's just super pretty. Let's see, we've had Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, 4th of July. So I guess we're having all of the holidays of the year out here. I wonder if that somehow they get a deal on some of the lights that folks wouldn't usually put up at Christmas, but it's bright and it's light, so. And this is like a skeleton guy, and here's oranges and purples, so now we've hit Halloween land. Seriously, it's all the holidays out here. This is like a zombie dude, girl, I guess, long hair. Yeah. Well, it's all lit up out here, but who knew in person that you would get to visit with Pennywise? I only know that because of Michelle. All right, Santa with harvest guys. Farm animals. There's some serious generator power going on out here to keep all this stuff going. So when we're on the train track is, well, it's around the pond here somewhere. And okay, I just took a big gulp of diesel fumes from the generator. Oh my. Well, they've done a nice job with what they've added out here because it didn't used to be this nice. Okay, there goes the train. It's a little farther away from the water than I might have remembered. You see the light through the woods there? That's the train. We're coming down the bridge over here, and Don goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I said there's 12 of them. He says there are, and I said yeah. 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. Anyway, he gets it now. Think we might need to practice that one a bit.
With no alcohol. No alcohol.
I know. They should have had an adult-only night.
Yeah.
Not that the kids have been a problem in any way, because they haven't, but
No, they've been great.
But still. So it's really cute. The Raleigh Fire Department is the one that has sponsored the fire and s'more station.
Yeah.
There's a lot of little kids in there around the fire. It's a little much for me. We're in line for the train ride, and here it is, coming back to the station. It's coming around the corner. We are first up. We were last not, which was fine because I was battling a Pokemon. I'm like, no, let's not get on this time. I don't want to get split up, and I want to finish battling.
Decide where you want to sit, pretty girl.
I'm following you. You go for it. I think farther back. I don't know. Well, here it comes. Here we go. It's a wall of water. Very pretty. Especially if you're not going to have time or the ability to walk around the
a dinosaur putting a star on a Christmas tree.
So I think this is our third carousel ride together.
That's right.
We did Chavis Park when we early voted one time. We did here with Adam and Michelle. Did you do here with the boys one time too? So this is our fourth ride. I told Don I wanted to be beside him and I wanted to be on one of the ones that goes up and down.
Well, you're definitely going up and down, girl.
The outside.
Somebody is.
The outside doesn't go up and down. Parents are allowed to stand beside their child if they're on the inside, because there's things on the outside I think they can bump into. I'm one of the ones that goes up and down.
Well, you're definitely going up and down, girl. Or somebody is.
The outside doesn't go up and down.
Oh yeah, we're getting going now.
Yeah, we're moving. We're booking. If you've never ridden a carousel and you have a chance to get on one of these historic rides, you really should do it one time.
Like 1874.
Yeah. This is a real one. Yeah, the organ is in one of these outside alcoves protected. So apparently this building opened in 2012, and prior to that it wasn't climate controlled. It was covered from the rain, but it wasn't climate controlled. The park was closed from 2009 to 2011 for major renovations, including building this building, which is really, really a nice building. So whenever we pay when we come, we don't hesitate for the upkeep of this historic piece of American culture. And we're on the emus today. We're on the emus.
Yeah.
There's a nice carousel at the North Carolina Zoo, but it's not this old. But it does have all the animals, and the kids have been on it also. No lights on the train itself, though. Bye-bye till next time, Pullen Park. Holiday Express.
That's right. Enjoyed it.
We didn't have any trouble finding our car, and it wasn't that much of a walk.
Yeah, basically, ideally, that's it down there. And
How far you think it was? Half?
3/10 of a quarter of a mile.
Quarter of a mile, okay.
Each way.
Right. So I asked Don to drive me past the Capital City Christmas tree, which is at the end of Fayetteville Street. And, you know, I usually like to come down the other way and see Mary Mandy Concert Hall and the Memorial Auditorium. You know, the whole Fayetteville Street is to be driven at Christmas time. It's very scenic. It's the prettiest spot downtown. And so we asked Grok to drive us by the state capitol, and she said sure, and she told us, you know, she could drive us there. And then we were trying to explain that we wanted to go down Fayetteville Street so that we could get the best view. And she did come back and say, I can't alter scenic routes. Like I can take you where you want to go, but I can't take you on the street how you want to get there. So hopefully soon, but you know, Don and I are expert at trying to navigate in the car where we want to go. We got a lot of experience, but we really need her to be able to take more granular detail about the exact route we would like to use to get where we want to go. So the sooner she does that, the better. Here's Memorial Auditorium on our left, and I guess there's a lot of construction and the columns are not lit up this year. What a huge disappointment.
Yeah, but now we know.
Yeah.
It's usually very pretty down here.
But some of the stuff that we walked past last year this time is here out front, but the whole thing is tore up and with construction. So,
turn one street too quick.
Okay. We're coming down by the convention center where we had the fire downtown. Yeah, some heating and air conditioning equipment on the roof caught fire, and it wasn't good, and it caused a lot of the venues for December and into January to have to be canceled. A lot of the things people had tickets for downtown at the convention center. So my understanding is really within a month or two it ought to be back open. The damage wasn't that severe to any of the parts of the building that people actually use, but all the heating and air conditioning equipment and stuff on the roof was burned up pretty bad. I don't know. I didn't hear any more details. There may have been more, but no injuries and quite the commotion downtown, just like with Aviator and Fuquay having the big fire this week. Sad to see it. So this is Salisbury Street, but it's Fayetteville is where is the next one. Yeah, you got to turn away from Memorial Auditorium over there to.
Yeah, I turned one street. You need to be on the north side of that plaza, whatever that plaza is called.
Yeah, well, all these darn Teslas downtown.
Yeah,
goodness.
Thick of them.
Yeah, I have this really great picture one year down here where it started snowing, and that's where you got, but Don's driving, and that wasn't his fault. It goes to what I was saying. If you're going to come out from behind a car thinking, well, I'll just cross the street, I don't need to worry about it, then you're taking your life in your own hands.
Well, yeah, and I was going all of 5 miles an hour.
Yeah, she was definitely startled. Well, those flowers were not there last year. That's really cool. The flowers, that's one of those things that's been installed downtown for fun this holiday season. But yeah, it looks the same, and it's changed a little bit. Anyway, all I was trying to say is I've been out in the middle of the road down here dodging traffic, trying to get the best picture of the Christmas tree and let it snow and see. That's pretty funny. And here's where ABC 11 is. I was trying to remember the call letters for them. WTVD, I think. Yeah. We tend to watch WRAL. But anyway, I knew they were downtown. Yeah, it's kind of fun to drop down here in the city and do street photography. I'd rather do it in Manhattan, but just drop me down in the middle of the city for 24 hours. I don't need a hotel room. I'll just walk and go and, park for a coffee every now and then and have a grand old time. That would be great. I have a friend, when her health permits, she's older now. She's often time in the holiday season books a room and goes and does basically, if you want to see the windows, you got to go in the middle of the night because it's so crowded that you can't get up near the windows during any decent hour. And so kind of just, bundling up and going around at night is a good thing. And here's the tree. There's the horse as part of that installation. Very nice. Well, I won't have to make Don go back out, turn around and go back out the same way we came up because the concert hall, the Performing Arts Center is not all lit up nicely, but because usually I would want to do the street in both directions. There's something really pretty at both ends, but not this year.
Yeah, it is a little messed up back down there.
There's usually a tree over here on this side too. So are you driving by yourself and losing miles because of
you're
me?
hurting my percentage.
I'm hurting your percentage. Well, we tried to get Grok to take us on the scenic route. I mean, I could have said I want to go down Fayetteville Street toward the Capitol, and then I want to circle the Capitol, and I want to head back down Fayetteville Street. And if he would have just done that for me, we wouldn't be losing FSD miles.
Well, what it just did is it just cleared the Capitol. We got here, and we are no longer.
Well, you could put home now and just see how it wants to get us out of the city. It won't make us go on Jones Street past the legislative building and the big earth.
Tore up down here.
Yeah, it's really a lot of... We hadn't been down here for a while. Is this actually, I guess, is the back side of the History Museum? I heard the History Museum was having a big upgrade, one of the free museums downtown. Jones Street's one more street over. It's where the big earth is. The Natural Sciences Museum in the same complex area, but we do have some really nice free museums down here, and the kids and I used to go all the time.
There comes the fire engine.
Up behind us?
Yeah. That's what it's going to turn.
Maybe it'll go beside us to the left. Will we put on flashers? No, we put on a right. Well, the car did not move.
That was all the car.
The car did not move while the ambulance was coming through the intersection. So that was, they had room to go around us, and it's safer not to move if they can get by. Obviously, if you're in the way, you need to get the heck out of the way.
Yeah,
but
if there was no, I would have went on.
There's a juniper to the left, the intersection there. You know, this part of the windows up here is dirty, and you know why it's so dirty? Because the darn car keeps on washing the windshield, and then that's where the spray from the windshield washer cleaner and all the dirt ends up. It's not Don's fault.
Well, side over here, my side.
I know,
really
your
nice.
side is really nice, but my side is... Do something about it, because it's not good. Well, we've stopped far back from the pedestrian crosswalk, and there are pedestrians, but they had the hand still. They made no attempt to cross, and yeah, I know, they're just all over the place downtown. It's great.
You would think you were in downtown Fuquay Marina.